Step 1 is to dismantle the drum down to the bare shell. Step 2 is to sand the shell using 120 grit paper on a sanding block or use a random orbital sander cautiously. Don't hold it in one place too long. And definitely sand outdoors if you can, because there obviously is a lot of dust. If you have wood hoops, you're going to have to sand those as well. Step 3 is to clean your hardware. This hardware came from 1937, so it definitely needed some cleaning. And it is aluminum shell casings, lug casings, and brass inserts. I used a Dremel tool to basically quickly sand off all the crud. Step 4 is the final sanding of the shell using 220 grit paper. Step 5 is to clean the drum with mineral spirits using a cheesecloth or other lint-free cloth and then let it dry. Step 6, open the grain by applying a light coat of water and let that dry. Step 7, use 220 paper and hand sand off the fine particles created by opening the grain, then use a tack cloth to clean off the excess. Step 8, apply the first coat of stain with a brush. Water-based stain requires a synthetic brush. Then you're going to want to rub off the stain using old t-shirts or other lint-free cloths. Step 10 is to repeat steps 8 and 9 if you want a deeper stain. And then wait for the stain to fully dry, then use a tack cloth to clean off any dust, and then apply your first coat of finish. I'm using polyacrylic semi-gloss. Step 12 is wait for the finish to fully dry, then use 300 to 400 grit sandpaper to first sand off the high spots, bubbles, and brush marks, then lightly rough up the entire surface. Step 13, clean sanding dust off with a tack cloth. Step 14, apply coat number 2 of finish, then repeat steps 12 and 13. Repeat by applying as many coats of finish as you would like. I applied 7 coats, then sand and finish the hoops. I also had to create cutouts for the snare straps in these original maple hoops. I did not have the right tools to do this, but somehow I made it work with some sanding and some finessing. Then you do the final sanding and finishing of the hoops. I did 4 coats of finish on the hoops. Sand final coat using progressively finer grit paper on a sanding sponge. I did 400, 600, 1000, 1500, and 2000 grit. Surfaces should end up smooth as a baby's butt. Step 16 is to buff out the finish with a random orbital sander using a foam pad topped with Meguiar's 17220 Ultimate Compound. Then rub that off with a clean cloth. Step 17, now that you got a shiny shell, remove the tape and get ready to reinstall the hardware. And step 18 is to reassemble the drum. And here is the before, and here is what it looked like when it was all done. Thanks to Andrew Sapula from Tulane University Marching Band Drum Section for handing over this great old shell, and I'm looking forward to my next build.